week 2 of the worst promo in FC25. Immortals, where if you don't pack the best player, you don't pack anything at all. Where the ceiling is players of 3 million coins plus, and the floor is Zanetti. And in a world where we need millions of coins just to get one of the average players in this promo, you're going to need a few 100k, and I'm here to show you how to go from 0 to 500k in the easiest way possible. And all you've got to do to say thank you is drop a like down below and subscribe. Remember guys, we are ever so close to 30k, just over 1,000 subs away, and we will be giving away a ton when we hit it. So make sure to support, follow me on TikTok here and X, and if you do need some coins to build the rest of your team, well, do you want the best team in FC25? Yeah, baby! Do you want to be able to buy players like this or this and not be stuck with a team like this? Oh! Then you need to head over to skycoach.gg, select the amount of coins or which weekend league boost you'd like, make sure to pop in Pro Recall at checkout, and enjoy your new team. We're going to run through the building blocks on the bottom end very quickly. If you're anywhere from 0 to 50k, this is going to be very useful for you. If you've got more, I'd still suggest do it. I do it every single week, but it might not be as necessary for you. I'm going to put things very, very simply, guys. You've got a daily gold, a daily bronze, and a daily silver. Use the daily bronze and silver, the commons that you get from this, to complete as many daily gold slots as you possibly can. Take the rares from the bronze and silver upgrades and do the Born Legend and Rising Star of any icon. It doesn't matter what the icon is. You use your rares and then you walk away with more silver players and common gold players. These are tradable, so you can sell them if any of the players have a decent value. You can quick sell them. If not, the minimum you get back from these packs, if all of the cards are quick sell value, is around 2,000 coins. If you get one card, maybe a promo card or a common gold card or a silver card that is worth a decent bit, whether it's an Evo or an SBC that's causing its price to be higher, you are walking away with far more coins. You can get a lot of promo cards in these. If the original card is a common or a silver, it's available in those packs. Once you've whipped around all of that, we have 3 marquee matchups. It's Christmas and it's April. The regular marquee matchup is 25k that you're going to get as a minimum back from it. These two on the other side, you're looking at around 15k. So in the worst case scenario, with these 3 sets, you're walking away with around 55,000 coins. And you can craft them using the gold upgrades very, very easily. So you get that for free, and that's 55k in your pocket. Now, if you get one promo card, Immortals crappy icon, any walkout, any inform, you walk away with far more coins. This is genuinely, 55k is the worst of the worst. And once you've got that, you're going to take yourself over to the store. You want to do your daily preview pack. Of course, a preview pack is free. It's a free chance at viewing a very potential, really, really good player. And of course, if it's not a really, really good player, it doesn't matter. You don't have to buy it. So it's a win-win. And next, you're over to the transfer market. And we're essentially just going to ignore anything that isn't a promo card at this point, unless it's like an 89, because realistically, right now, the gold rare market is in the mud. Let's talk Foot Immortals Hero first of all. Of course, we have a load of these that are worth absolute dirt. Looking at this week, we've got Beasley, you've got Mustafi from last week, and we do have 2 variations of Beasley, but this one obviously is the crappier one. Now, looking at the pricing for all these, you're looking at 19k. I mean, that 17k screams to me that it's undervalued, but let's check what the actual value is. So we knock this down, 17,750. There's so many of them at that price, so I'm glad that I did not just buy that. Now you can see they do go for as low as 10k, so you can pick these up for 10k. We do have the option to bid or buy now on these. Now with a compare price, we can see if any of them are going to come up. Obviously for sales on this guy, I would say, I mean realistically, I'll take that. Okay, maybe I won't. Realistically, you want to find a price where on the market there is at least more than 20 minutes remaining. So all of these under 17k only have 59th minute, which means actually all of them can sell for higher. So when we go to 17.5, let's even go to 18,000 coins. Let's have a look. 18,000 coins, you've still only got these cards there, so it's hard to gauge how much he's actually going for. It looks like realistically, okay, so now we've gone up a bit, it's given us a better spray of the market. So actually at 16,750, 30 minutes, that's probably, so we reasonably want to sell this card at 17k if we're being realistic. Now EA tax and all the works on top of that, you want to be picking it up for 15,750 or lower. Now you saw that one at 15k. These lower ones are going pretty much instantly. It seems very difficult to actually pick these up on a snipe. So our option for this realistically is going to be bids. That's the main option or the main opportunity with these, because look, I can sit here and snipe all day, but the reality is as soon as one comes up that's under 16k, it's going to get sniped by a bot. Now at 17k, the EA tax is near 900 coins anyway, so we can't just snipe at 16. We have to snipe at 15,750 to make a decent profit. And because it's just going to get taken from under us, it's not worth spending the amount of time that it's going to be just to get one snipe. Alternatively, we're going to go to a max price of 15,750 and we're going to bid on as many of these as possible. Now we've got a Mustafi there with 11k, we've got a Mustafi here with 11k also. We can bid these up a little bit higher. We know Mustafi's worth a lot more. Now obviously we can see time wise, maybe the card goes for a little bit more than what we think. So we'll pop this up to 16k and we'll bid on up to 16k, but you can see here the nearest one at 16k is all the way along here, so we'll bid that on at 14k if it lets. We'll bid that one at 15. Okay, right, it's just not letting us bid on this card. The listing has expired. No one's paid that much for that card. Don't lie to me. Yeah, now it looks like previously the market was not being truthful. We've gone back on and we can see a lot of these for the 15,750 that we were looking for. Now I don't believe that we're going to win every single one of these, but we've bidded on 4 of them at the moment. We've got some Al Jabba bids there as well. We are praying that a couple of these come in. If we get this one here, that's straight up easy profit. And we've got the first one. We've got a few more to land, but bear in mind that one's going to go for 17k, so there's that 400 coin profit there. And we've got our second one and our third. We've got quite a few of those in one foul swoop. Now Al Jabba here, we've got someone outbidding us. Now I think he goes for a little bit more than 18,750. We're going to take that last bet. If it doesn't go at 19k, we're out of that one. We've won 5 Beasleys. We won a few Beasleys there straight off the bat. That was the first ones we bidded on. Obviously you saw initially I went on, they didn't seem to come up. I think that was just an error, but all of these can go for an easy 17,000 coins. I don't know why I've done it in this way because that's the slowest way of listing them, but 17,000 coins a piece. We're making roughly, and this is not exact, it's rough, about 400 coins a card. So of those we've made about 1,600 coins. Now if you've only got 40k, 1,600 coins, you know, or, yeah, 1.5, 1.6k is actually a very good start, especially of how quick we managed to make that. Now obviously bear in mind, if you've got more coins, you can bid so much more. And obviously me, I can bid on hundreds of cards like this and make a ton of profit. Now the less coins you have, the slower these processes are, because you've got to build it up to be able to bid on more cards. But that right off the bat is a method that anyone with 15, 16, 20k are able to do. If you follow the process at the start of the video, you'll have 50 or 60 anyway. Now unfortunately, as far as the heroes go, that's it for us, because they genuinely have, it's not, you know, Janola is really the only good one that they've released, and the rest of them don't really have a value. Mascherano, but we can't filter them out. We can't do anything as a whole with a group of them, unfortunately. What we can do is have a look at the little icons. Now obviously there are 2 levels to this. We've got the lower end and the higher end. So first of all, what do? We go for the lower end. Now I've been told that Mateus from this recent week is going to be a much easier opportunity than a lot of these cards, so we are going to work off him directly on his own. Now first of all, 17k is how low some of these are going for. Obviously we can absolutely bid lower than that on a lot of these. We have a look here, we've got 16.5, 16,750, 17k, so we can see kind of the price of these cards, where they're sitting, how much we really want to be looking at. 17,750 there. We've got realistically not many below 18k, which means obviously snipe wise, I would say very similar value to the heroes that we've been looking at. 16,750, same for bidding. We can look at these all on a very similar playing field, knowing that realistically they're all about the same value. And we've managed to find a Nedved. We've missed it, but you can see there really didn't take that long. Now you can take the same concept that we've had a look with the other players and use it on these. What we can also do is, if we go over for Germany, for Immortals icon, we've got Angora there. We've also got now, which we've got the other Angora as well, we should see ourselves Mateus. So Mateus is a cheaper card. You can have Mateus and Angora on a filter together. Mateus goes for a little bit more. Angora is purchasable for around the 40,000 coins range. We made a lot of very good profits on her from a bid from last week. Now we've got her and Mateus available around the same range. That on its own, straight away, just a filter. You know, you can straight away filter that off. 40,000 coins. Realistically, she'll sell for 42. So if you go for profit margins, EA tax is about 2k. If you want to make about 2 or 3, we can snipe at 38, and you know you're going to get that sold, make a decent bit of profit, and also there's potential that people will be listing Mateus. So Mateus can absolutely be picked up under this filter as well. But that's not what we're looking for with Mateus. With Mateus, what we can actually do, from what I've been told, buy a sub. So one of you guys let me know that this is possible. Apparently, he is just straight easy prof right now. So for Immortals icon, Mateus, we'll pop this up to, let's say 50,000 coins, a little bit more, 60,000 coins. So there, 60k right off the bat. Now, obviously, there's a lot of these being given out. He's quite an easy one to get this week, but he's going to have a good value. He's obviously going to go into Evos in the next couple of weeks. Pretty sure there's probably an Evo that you can go into right now. But value-wise, how much does he go for? At 57.5, you've got 18 minutes left. So realistically, that's actually what he goes for. EA tax on that is about 3k, so you want to go down to here. That's only going to cover tax, so we probably want to be sniping at 52, and you can do the bids for the same. So snipe in or bid in at around 52,000 coins. You know this one, it's a no-brainer. It's absolutely a no-brainer. You know this guy is oh come on, that was terrible. That I could have got that. I actually genuinely believe, even if people had bought that, I think I could have got that, but I was stupid and I completely messed it up. But that would have been a nice, what, 6 or 7k profit. You see how quickly that's came up. We've been looking at this guy for maybe a minute or two, and you've already seen a very big snipe come up. Now, that either means we've been very, very lucky, which is unlikely with FIFA, or there is a lot of these going up. So you can see there, second one's gone up. Very similar story. We've missed it again. I was a little bit better with the snipe now. I'm going to lock in and see if we can get the next one. That was so unlucky. That is so unlucky. I should have got that. It's the buttons. I'm clicking down and they're just, I have a really crap controller. I do need to replace it, to be fair. I've been moaning about this for ages. Right, come on. That is ours. There you go, 52.5. And that was, bear in mind, like I say, my controller's crap. Need a replacement, Microsoft, if you're watching. If you want to give me a free controller, I wouldn't mind. We've also got, realistically, what we've been putting them up for, like 57.5, 58 maybe. So profit wise on that, obviously bear in mind EA tax is about, let's say 3k. So 3k, so you go down to there. Yeah, is that about right? Yeah. So we've made 2.5k. So that's actually quite good. Bear in mind if we do 10 of those, that's 25k. 100 of those, 250. I know that sounds like big numbers, but I know someone who's made 400k off this today. One of the subs has messaged me and said they've made 400k off this today. So he's absolutely a big card to try. Now, touching on the lower end again, we do have Zola, and we've also got Zambrotta on this filter here, so we can see both of them. Now, unfortunately, Zola's a little bit cheaper than our Zambrotta. Zambrotta's a little bit more expensive. We've got Zambrotta's lower end card clocking in at 31k, while Zola's is obviously a lot lower because of that rating and obviously the usability. Now, the other one that's actually quite good right off the bat right now is a nice little English filter. We've got Smith and Rooney. So two lovely cards. Obviously, I can imagine their better cards are both bonkers. But Smith being the cheaper one again, 22k, Rooney being about 26. But that's a good room for profit. We can pick her up for probably 20,000 coins. You can pick Rooney up. If you grab him at the same price, you're absolutely laughing. So sniping her at 20k, selling on for about 23,000 coins. Obviously, after EA tax, you lose about 1,000 coins. So very nice little profit margin there. You can even probably go at 21, and then it gives you more of a chance. You know, if someone lists a Rooney at 21, you don't want to be missing it. So this one, there's bidding opportunity, there's compare price opportunity, there's a lot of opportunity with this promo. Unfortunately, gold rares, investments, things like that on the lower end, it is kind of out the window. You can invest in fodder, and that will still be the main investment from gold rares. But in terms of filters, nothing has changed in the last few months, because obviously they're out the cycle really. They're not really as relevant because of fodder, because fodder is just so easy to get. So there's a big change in the market. I did notice some of our cards have already sold. We've also been outbid on some. So you can see here, we've got outbid on those ones there. We've got a Mustavi here. You know, these are getting bidded up a little bit higher than our Beasley, but if we pay attention, learn the price, I'm sure I could get some good wins there. Beasley's already selling very, very easily. We probably could have sold them for 18k if I'm honest, but I'd rather have quick guaranteed profit than slow and maybe a risk. All you've got to do to say thank you, as always, is subscribe, drop a like down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.